And welcome back. So we're continuing on in all the technologies you're going to learn within this tutorial series, and we're even going to open up our JavaScript console. I press Control-Shift-J. This is scope.client object. Hey, from the users factory in core.js, it actually automatically made. I created a users factory which actually catches all the user data from the database. These are all the messages. These are all the socket users. These are the submitted scope.client object. That's an interesting one. I go to data, and there's my Lishi at koalacms.com. That's currently also what's displayed over here, because that's a scope variable in AngularJS. A lot of people say AngularJS is a little outdated. Why make a video in 2018 about AngularJS? But at the end of the day, I still think that it's a great technology. It's got a lot of open source modules attached to it. You can do a lot of great things with it. You can pretty much master JavaScript and understand a lot more about how functions work and how variables work and how to structure your code, and a lot about HTML and CSS, because those are also really important technologies. Might do a couple of videos on HTML and CSS just because it's such a crucial part of the web developer. You have to know it, and it's going to allow you to make your pages much better. And hopefully we can even edit something like this. See, as you can see, it's converted to the HTML as we go. So let's say, for example, we want to, I click onto the page. I want to highlight everything. I want to make it italicized and remove the H1, okay, and have a look what happens here. This is actually what it's going to look like when it's converted. So when we do this, and I click add, blog post submitted, this is the blog data object, PI span converted to HTML. And we can actually even fetch that currently. So let's go into our MySQL client, Heidi SQL, and let's look for the database we have currently connected to this project. We launched it with JawsDB. There's another video in the description if you're interested in knowing how to deploy this project to Heroku. Okay, and we pretty much given away the credentials, unfortunately, but I don't really mind if the database gets deleted. I'm just interested in giving some tutorial series about it. And let's look at the blog post. So I'm going to do select all from blog post. Select all from the blog post table. We're going to run the query, and there we go. Converted to HTML, post publish date, 225 at 5:57. Is that correct? Ooh, 7:58. 7:57. So this is 2 hours behind. It's on like international time. That's the time that Heroku is on. But yeah, it's pretty much records the time that the current server is deployed on, and that's on Heroku. So as you can see, we got it, and we can pretty much take this HTML and we're going to show that back to the user. So every single one of the blog articles that we have is going to have a big chunk of HTML associated to it, which the user himself can create. And once he creates every blog post, we're also going to need to be able to upload images. And we're going to do that with actually something called S3 on AWS. And if we continue here, that's what we wrote here. Aws S3 Image Storage. That's what we're going to use as our solution for storing images. And we're going to do a video, hopefully right after this one, on how to store images on AWS. And that's really cool. It's going to be an integration of an open source repo I found online. I'm also going to give credit to that author. I just did a couple of changes on it in order to help with the synchronization and so on, and to match my project structure. So that's going to be really cool. We have Angular UI Router and EJS. That's going to be covered in future videos. We have Socket.io, really cool for chat apps, anything that has to do with live reloading, passport authentication, and Node Mailer using Mailgun if you need either an automated email system that runs on Node Schedule. That's another project here, and or just something as a contact form. So hope you guys really enjoy these series. And we'll see you in the next video. Be sure to like the video if you appreciated it, and stick around, have a look at the channel overview, and have a good one.